Your hot take to start off the year is that having a bloody knee slapper is no good.
We're going for below
Whatever
average.
one you can get.
No, below average.
This was recorded at the Media Joint.
That is so rogue.
Oi, that's a bit rogue.
Is it even that rogue?
Welcome back to another episode of A Bit Rogue. I'm officially calling this Season 4 and Happy New Year. I have had a lot going on. I don't think we've filmed in like 6 weeks. I feel like probably longer. I think the last episode was actually filmed at the end of November. Anyway, we're back now.
Like the rest of Australia, silly season's off.
Silly season's done. I've packed it in. I actually finished I went pretty hard over the first half of the break, and then by New Year's I was in bed by 9 o'clock. No more partying for me, no more boys, but we can get into that a little bit. I've finally blocked the guy who patched my walls up. That went on for a year and a half. And if we go back to Sue's episode, Clairvoyant Sue, she did say that was the person I was going to end up with. That's the person I was going to your 2027 wedding with. But he's in my freezer, so there's absolutely no possible way that I will ever see that man again. And
Wait, hang on. So did you just say on the record that some of this stuff, the juju stuff, is not true?
It's not that I think it's not true. I think how you take it is how you want to take it. You know. She did say it was long-term relationship. A year and a half is long, I believe. Thoughts?
Okay. Nah, disagree, but carry on.
As for your wedding, I always knew I'm like a solo wedding guest. Even when I've been in relationships, I've always gone solo. And I invited myself to your wedding. There was not once that said, you and a plus one. You know what I mean?
But you asked her if he was coming.
Yeah, I know I did.
And he's not coming.
Well, TBC, darling. We'll see what happens next year. Maybe we do reunite. But the freezer
thaws out.
Well, no, it can't I actually almost... Last night when I was in bed, I was like, fuck, should I defrost it? But technically, I ended up being the side chick, so I don't want to go back there. And once someone's in your freezer, you're meant to not see them again on the street, not in traffic, not at the pub. You just do not run into them ever again. They just don't arise. Out of sight, out of mind, you know?
Anyway, carry on.
Sorry. Well, to get over someone, you've got to get under someone. I went back to my BDE from when I was 19, which was a bit rando of me. But I was unwell. I actually felt very uncomfortable for a few days, and I coincidentally ran into a sexologist, and I was like to her, can we please unpack what has been rearranged? And she was like, you know what? Let's talk about it on the show. So I'm going to get her on one of the next following episodes, and we're going to talk about the big D's and why they're out for 2026. It's going to be...
Your hot take to start off the year is that having a bloody knee slapper is no good.
We're going for below
Whatever
average.
one you can get?
No, below average.
Okay. So whatever one you can get.
No, below average. The bloody guy that patched my walls, that was like a Frank Green bottle. There's not much you can do other than missionary. What's the fun in that,
I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, well, listen, I don't know. Did you watch Heated Rivalry?
Never even heard of it.
Oh, it was a book, and then they've turned it into a show. It's about these two male hockey players boofing, but it's a bit graphic,
Oh, sorry. I have heard about it.
Yeah, I thought so.
That made me not want to watch it.
Whatever, you prude. Apparently a lot of people
I'm
are
not
getting
a
toe
prude.
over it.
I just want to watch The Office.
The Office, okay. What, for the 10th time?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, technically, the BDE is last year. So I've started the new year, no men. I'm focusing on me, I like being single. I've come to realize. I started really thinking about it. I'm like, I don't want to share my space with anyone. I like where I live. I like wardrobe. I don't want to share that with anyone. I like my bed space. I like sometimes, you know, not being 1,000% clean, and I only really like having people over when the house is clean. So I reckon in the second half of the year that's when I'll start getting serious again about dating. Like, I don't even have Hinge anymore. No more pranking men. No distractions. The pranks were distracting. I've got friends.
The pranks were distracting.
Yeah, I reckon. Could you put a bit of effort in?
It wasn't the DE that was distracting.
Nah. Not the Frank brain. I mean, yeah, it definitely was consuming a lot of my brain. You know, we were stuck in that anxious avoidant trap. But, you know, I've got friends on the lookout for me now, which is nice. And, you know, someone said to me, like, oh, what is your, like, favorite muscle? Like, what are you most attracted to? And I was like, literally, all I'm looking for right now is a fully developed frontal lobe. That's technically a muscle.
Lobar.
That's not a low bar.
You'd think.
There's not many men that are emotionally intelligent, right? That's why I liked the guy that patched my walls, because he was definitely very, like, you know, actively in therapy and da-da-da, and, like, very in tune with his emotions, but, like, he knew that I wasn't. And he took advantage of that until I blocked. Had to be done. Anyway, I can't really remember what else I did over the holiday. Like, I went on the boat heaps with my friends. Can do a front flip off the boat now. Last summer, I couldn't even bloody dive straight. And then I don't know, I've never really, like, the only time I've ever really dived in the pool was, like, going to, like, the school carnivals, swimming carnivals. And I never really, like, thought about my form. So, yeah, I used to flick my legs back. And now we're flipping.
Scorpion.
So we've made progress. Didn't drink at all when I would go on the boat. Actually, you know what? Overall, I drank the night I saw BDE, and that's about it. I've been a good girl. I was a bit boring, actually. I just was mumming. Fun mumming, though. Actually, you know what? No, not even. It was pretty shitty weather for a majority of it. Anywho, you seem bored, so may as well get stuck into it. First Infy moment of the year, it's TMI. I thought, why not start the year with a bang? Make Jock feel really uncomfortable. So, after birth, I never really looked at my vagina. And you actually get told that you should have a little look-sees down there. But I didn't like my partner at the time. I, like, couldn't think of anything worse than sleeping with him. So I just didn't even, like, cross my brain to have a look. And then, obviously,
Was that before he was born? You were off him?
Oh, I was off him before, but after, I definitely was like, come near me and my hormones will destroy you, you know? So, was obviously boofing the guy who patched my walls. Didn't really care about that because we were, you know, just in the missionary kind of era. And then when I was like, you know what, I'm exploring my horizons, expanding, not exploring, expanding. I realized I had a skin tag at the literal bottom of my vagina, a skin can, like tag like a freaking old person. And I literally straight went to the GP. I said, get it off me. I don't want it there, get it off me. And she was like, oh, did you lose a lot of weight? And I'm like, not really. I don't know. You kind of get a fat vagina when you're pregnant, but like I didn't lose heaps of weight. Anyway, literally on Sunday, I went and saw The Housemaid, which we'll circle back to talk about later, with my girlfriends. And I said to them, oh my God, had this skin tag for ages. And she was like, oh, have you had surgery or anything there? Not what is it, laboplasty, where they like cut your flaps off? I had an episiotomy when I gave birth. And apparently when they sew you back together, you can get a skin tag. How fucked is that?
It's like a belly button, but for your vagina.
Yes. Anyway, so I went straight to Google and I'm like, how do I backyard remove? Went on Amazon. I had to
get the rubber bands like what braces have.
Mm-hmm. It's got a rubber band. And you know what?
What, right now?
Yeah, it's dead. It's literally in the middle. It's in the
I
middle
wondered
of
what
falling
that
off.
thing was that Pip was chewing on before.
Ew, no, I would never do that to Pip. That's so mean. But I do want to keep it as a memory, you know? The skin tag from birth. Anyway,
This is a bit TMI.
Infy though, it's not for everyone.
No, I mean, yeah, clearly. Very much so.
Anyway, nothing's off the record here. So if anyone wants to know, I now have the same fanny I did pre-birth. Thank you so much.
Google it if you're interested.
Probably not going to show anyone. And I'm probably never going to tell any men that. But I did wonder that with BDE because he kept being like, oh my God, it's like you're 19 again. And I was like, ew, I don't like that. But I was also like, I was holding back, but I wanted to be like, is it though? Like, it's been almost 10 years and I've had a child. But, you know, he did say he wanted to talk about it on the show. So maybe we get him on and we unpack that. I don't know.
I find that a bit gross, being like, it's like
yeah,
when you were
I don't know
19.
if I want to give him the airtime, you know?
No.
Anywho. Well, speaking of the housemaid, let's move on to crash out of the week. And I best believe I contributed to this crash out. So my girlfriends and I, we have a book club, the dance girls, we have a book club. We read The Housemaid. I don't know if it was last year. I think maybe 2024 we read it. It could have even been 2023. Anywho, we read it ages ago. Very excited to have a book that we read in the cinemas, so we go and see it. Sydney Sweeney is the main character. I didn't watch Euphoria, but I'm unsure if I like her acting. Like I dead set was watching it like, oh my God, when Banks gets old, I can move to LA and I'll be a movie star. Like I could do that. How she was acting, I was like, I could literally do that. Anywho, some parts she was great. Some parts I was like, I could do that. And you know me, like I can't read scripts. Anywho.
You can't read.
Can't memorize. There's a lot of nudity. So you see her naked. And you see her boobs. A lot, actually. Like, in a few scenes, she's got a shirt on, but her boobs are out. And they look real. But then when she gets fully naked, I just was like, that's got to be CGI. She can't have boobs like that if they're real. But they just look so fluffy and soft that I'm like, there can't be an implant. Anywho, so I got fixated on it. I'm like, how do I get Sydney Sweeney's boobs if they're, like they were full on the sides, full down the bottom, full up the top. Put it on my Instagram being like, someone LMK. Then I got a DM with a surgeon's video unpacking why he knows it's an implant. I believed it because I feel like her boobs look like Kylie Jenner's boobs, which she has come out and said that they are implants, 300cc, under the muscle, etc., etc. I got heaps of DMs from guys, from men. One lady, who I'm friends with, but everyone else was a male, being like, so dumb, oh my God, they're real boobs, you would, like, I would know, I've seen tits before, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not talking young guys, like I'm talking guys in their like late 30s that have probably seen many pairs of tits before in their time of menning. So I'm feeling conflicted. Does Sydney Sweeney have fake boobs or not? I'm going to make that the poll this week, actually, if you're on Spotify. This week's poll is, does Sydney Sweeney have fake boobs? And I don't want you doing the poll unless you've actually gone and seen The Housemaid. The other thing I got asked a lot is, was The Housemaid worth watching? Because I read it, yes. If you had not read it, I don't know. I'm very scared of scary things. So, like, I can't even watch Pretty Little Things. Pretty Little
Scary
Lies.
things scare you?
I mean, like, I would not
Wait,
opt
would
to
you
watch
say that as soon as something touches your mouth, you can taste it?
Oh, listen, Joe. As soon as, like, something touches my tongue, I can taste it. Yeah, well, I wouldn't watch Paranormal, you know?
I used to love that stuff.
Yeah, I did in like year 7 and 8, but I am a grown woman now and I'm saying absolutely no to the MA stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Listen, I'm going to say yes, go and see it. I liked it. It's pretty cool because, you know, the underlying story is, you know, there's a woman out there killing men who are violent towards their spouses. I think it's fair enough. Play on. Anyway,
Move
did
on.
you notice that 2016 is trending? Like, people are posting their throwbacks from 2016. If you didn't notice it, I actually put a story up, and I know you've seen my story, so that's why I did that, is because everyone's posting 2016.
Oh, I didn't really put two and two together that it was a trending thing.
Well, it is trending, but we didn't do that for 2015 or 2014. I've come to realize. But I think the reason why people are doing it is like that's the year of like the Snapchat, the dog filter, the Kylie lip kit, blue hair, bleaching hair.
Blue hair.
A lot of people peaked in 2016. King Kylie, she had blue hair. That was not a peak for me. My boyfriend broke up with me. I loved him. He's literally still to this day the only boyfriend I've ever had, except for a high school boyfriend, that has not been violent towards me. Does not have a criminal record. Does not have AVOs out against him. And he broke up with me. And I dead ass thought we were going to get back together. Illy. I think I liked his mum and dad better than him, but still. Illy. This is a crash out of the week. I don't know if your feed's the same as mine, and I wanted to get your thoughts on this. Deli ham classes Group 1 carcinogenic. Eating just 50 grams or 2 slices of ham per day increases your risk of colorectal cancer by 18 to 20%, apparently. But after hearing that statement, I'm fucked because I love ham. I literally...
I've been campaigning for Christmas ham to not be just for Christmas.
Fucking oath. But I think that's slightly different how it's preserved and stuff. So I kind of understand it. But I grew up eating Devon and tomato sauce sandwiches. I'm fucked. But then on the other hand, I did that longevity testing last year and I got the full clear of hereditary cancer, no cancer markers at the moment in my body whatsoever. So maybe I can keep eating that ham, you know?
Was that scan thing expensive?
Yeah, I think it's a couple grand.
Whoa, okay. I was going to say, maybe I'd do it.
Well, I'd say under 2.5, but you get a 6-month program that you can follow with it.
I'm not that desperate.
Oh, all right.
What?
I reckon you should do it.
Not for 2.5 grand.
You get a DEXA scan, you get a fitness scan, VO2 scan, overall health scan.
It's a lot of money to find out.
I used Everlab, by the way, and they actually were a sponsor of the show, if anyone remembers.
True.
But I worked with them.
I'm sure
they
do great work. I'm sure they do great work and they're great people, but...
Glucose testing.
Infi.
Yeah, all right, Infi. Well, maybe we can keep some more cows then.
What do you mean?
Wait.
Are you trying to
cow.
say...
Anyway, it is? Wait, is it pork?
Yes.
Shut the fuck up. No. Ham is a pig?
Yes.
What about Devon?
I don't know that anyone actually knows what's in Devon. I think that's just...
Since when is ham a pig? I thought that was fucking
Since
cow.
it was invented.
Holy fuck. Ham. Well, Christmas ham, that makes sense. Christmas ham.
Yeah, you literally see the leg of the pig on the
Fuck,
table.
I knew Christmas ham was a pig. Why the fuck did I not think deli ham was pig?
It's just ham. Ham
What
is
the
ham.
fuck? Yeah, I know that. I just never...
Well, no, apparently you didn't.
God, so I've been smashing bacon every day.
Have you ever tried frying deli ham?
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
not the same.
I was in poverty not that long ago. I've been having ham for breakfast.
No, I know. I've done that. But then you think, well, in my brain, because I understand what meat is and animals. And so I'd think, maybe I'll just fry up the ham and it'll be kind of a bit like a
I reckon
poor man.
it smells similar when you cook it.
Yeah, well, because it's from the same animal. But
Fuck, I actually
it
feel
doesn't cook
such a
up the
spaz.
same as...
It's very thin.
Yeah, but I just don't think it's got the same flavour either.
Well, now that you're feeling a little bit chatty, I have another question for you. It's not
What?
got anything to do with the farm. It's not a current crash out, but mid-holidays, or about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, everyone, sports people, were flying to Melbourne or being fucking great, I bought tickets to the 3rd day of the cricket or something, and then it's cancelled. Can you explain why the cricket was not on?
Because it was the game went so quickly that they had an outcome by the end of day 2, I think it was, from memory. instead of going for 5, taking up the full 5 days that they could have used.
Do cricket games go for more than a day?
They go for 5 often.
What's your cap? Like, do you get to 6 hours and everyone's like, okay, go home, put the ball down, take a photo where the ball is?
No. Like, they'll get to the end of an over, then we're going to go down a very massive, big rabbit hole here. But each day, they'll do like a full day, come out at like 10 o'clock, finish about, I think it's about 5 o'clock, or depending on light and things like that. They had a few issues with
Well, it's
sunlight.
not like they're fucking exercising that much.
I would bet you'd struggle to go out there for 5 days straight.
Oh, my back hurts if I stand up for too long. I don't like going to concerts unless I've got a bloody artist pass. I need a seat. Sit me down. I'm not standing out there. I will say, though, in Year 6, we were undefeated in cricket. Us all girls. I got a patch for it, Year 5 and 6. Anywho, well, that kind of makes sense. I understand. So...
Yeah. But it was controversial. The reason it was in the news is because it took 2 days when it should be like 4 or 5. And so that meant that Cricket Australia had to refund all the tickets, and there was a lot of money that was lost on broadcast rights and advertising and stuff, assuming that the games would go for 5 days, and then they didn't.
Fuck the athletes then. God forbid they win.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't really fully get that, but I understand a bit more
It's
now.
a bit like the difference between a cow and a pig.
It's quite unlikely for day 3 to not go ahead, is what you're saying.
Traditionally, it's very unlikely. Normally, you'd see an outcome, like you'd expect to see an outcome in day 4 or 5.
I reckon just bring back footy season already. I don't really give a shit about the cricket, if I'm honest. I'll
Be
play it
honest,
at
it's
the
your
beach.
show.
Huh?
It's your show, be honest.
Yeah, all right. Fuck the cricket. Bring back the footy. Where's March? Is it March that comes back? No one's asked me to do any of their footy tipping comps this year, which is quite peculiar. Maybe I did too
The
well
year's
last
only
year.
just started, bruh.
I know. Still thinking about it. Because I'm like, on a Thursday night, I'm like, what the fuck do I do with myself? Friday night, what the fuck do I do with myself?
Fry
Can't
up
go
some
to the
ham.
brewery with you. Oh, I'll just go eat some ham. Well, so
Go on.
what are we doing for meat that, like cow meat in sliced form? Just sliced beef.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with me?
You're
Like pastrami? What the fuck animal is that? That's got to be a pig.
I think pastrami, I actually am, this is now more of a foodie question. I don't really know. I thought that
Dude,
was...
you literally have cows.
Yeah, but
Do
we
you got
don't...
pigs?
We don't finish them.
Do you have a pig?
No.
So you should know if pastrami is a selling point for you or not.
It's
Prosciutto.
usually made from beef.
Usually?
Prosciutto's pork. Pig.
I'm going to need to get a deli map. Anyway, fuck. That's kind of a rule, but let's move on to rule of the week, yeah? Oh, yeah, I may as well tell you. I've already told you about my skin tag that I thought was hereditary. Rule of the week, no blue cheese. All right? I thought, as someone who enjoys all foods, I'm not going to say no to nothing. Next year, let's say, I would put my hand up if I'm a celeb. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I could eat fucking anything. Literally, I could eat anything. So blue cheese, big nommies, put it on a cracker for me. My mum's bought a big slice of it over Christmas. No one's eating it. She's like, go get it out of the fridge and we'll have snacky time. I'm like, yeah. All right, mum. Let's eat it.
What kind of cheese?
Blue cheese.
Oh,
So smashed
blue
about
cheese.
half of it.
Infy, not for me.
Oh, I love it. Had about half of it. Like, I wouldn't have it at a party. You know, I went to a party and they had an amazing spread, heaps of blue cheese, and I thought, I'm not going to be rude and I'll eat it. And then I thought, no, because I thought back to my instant in the holidays. I started, getting some movement. I didn't have a sore belly or anything, But when I farted, it was not appropriate to be around others. So I would wait until I'd go to the bathroom, you know? That afternoon, it was my cousin's 40th. We went to the local Ari, had a blast. Kids ran around in the play centre. I had a couple of drinks, you know, and we decided as a family to walk back from the Ari to my uncle's house where my cousin's been living. And we're going to have kick-ons in the garage while the kids go and play. As soon as we opened the garage, I really needed to go to the bathroom to specifically fart. Not to pee, not to poo. I needed to fart away from everyone. And my uncle wouldn't let me go into the bathroom because he wanted to clean it. And I had a fart that was about to zoom back inside me and make me feel very uncomfortable for the next however many hours. So unfortunately, I had to let it out. And as I let it out, my cousin, he goes under the garage door. So it was only open a little bit. He comes under and he's like, fuck. What the fuck has the dog done? And he starts getting everyone to see if the dog shit on the floor. So I'm joining in looking for this dog shit or vomit that I knew didn't exist because it was me. And everyone was legit gagging.
Did you ever come clean?
Fuck no. It was like a week or two ago. I'm not saying nothing.
Till they listen to the show.
No. And if they did, then sorry, Craig. The dog did not shit inside.
Surely at some point there was someone was like, look, we're just not going to find the shit.
It's a big garage. Ride-on mowers in there, a couple of motorbikes, a boat, ute. Shit could be anywhere. Poor dog. The dog got in trouble.
Just in Skye's Dax.
Honestly, and that night the dog was being so friendly to me. Like, he usually tries to bite me.
Oh, you smell like me.
Yeah, he probably thought, you're one of us. And he was sitting with me the whole time and they kept being like, oh my God, he never wants to sit with anyone. And I was like, he knows.
He knows that I'm a feral.
Anyway, rule of the week, no more blue cheese for me. Because that was pretty bad. It was like giving dead possum vibes.
That's rank.
Anyway. I thought, truly, when I thought of like sharing that story, I thought that you'd be able to chime in and be like, yeah, that's happened to me before. But now I'm like, oh, maybe that's an original experience.
No, that's quite original, that one.
Okay.
I did actually. I've got a fart story.
Go on.
I love them. No, this is back when I was in like year 6 or something. And I don't know if you guys ever had to do it, but where after lunch, and you come back in from the playground, you have to sit down and do deer.
Oh, yeah, drop everything and read, baby.
So everyone would be all quiet and like settle back down. So it was all quiet. And like our classrooms, where they'd open up the wall between the classrooms.
Oh, yeah, the slide along the wall.
And so everyone, it was all open to everyone. And then I was like, same thing, felt it rumbling. I was trying to do the polite thing and I thought, I'll slide down on my chair until like my butt's hanging off the end of the chair, because if it's on the chair, that's what's going to make
it flat,
make the noise.
Yeah.
And I thought I was being, one, quite polite, but two, now looking back, that's quite advanced thinking for someone in year 6.
How old were you? You said 12. Come on. If you said kindy, I'd be like, yeah, you know what a good boy.
No, anyway, so I was like sliding down, and it's getting to the point where I'm like...
It's a full glute stretch.
Well, like, my eyes were at the level of my desk to get my butt
just checking
off
how many pages are in the book?
Yeah, and it's like all the desks, like the single ones where you get your tub in underneath it.
Ah, yeah.
And I'm like... So if anyone had looked up, they would have been like, what are you doing?
Rubbing your willy on the tote tray.
And then anyway, I get all the way down there and I think that like I'm probably in the clear. So anyway, let it go. Holy shit, it was loud. It was probably one of the loudest ones I ever did. And now thinking it's probably because I was like holding myself up with my glutes.
All Your
So it's-
muscles tense.
They're all tense and whoop, away she went. Everyone turned around and then the teacher, Jock, outside. It's like, but I was trying. But as everyone looked around, I'm like already half down under my desk. Anyway, it was a disaster.
That's not good.
No.
That's only ever happened to me once. I remember distinctly in year 10, I had the same science teacher, Mr. Daly, from 7 to 10. And I remember him looking at me and saying, Skye Sydenham, you cannot be doing that next year, because I was going to a senior school, mixed. He's like, the boys don't want to hear you doing that. And I was like, Mr. Daly, it doesn't matter. I'm not interested in you anyway. So I'm fighting away. Leave me alone. Anyway, that was a good story coming from you. Thank you very much for your contribution.
You're welcome. If anyone else has got a fart story, send it in. Yeah, no, do it. People love it. It's a bit rogue.
Yeah, all right. You can send it through, but I don't know if we'll talk about it again.
Send it to me.
Listener, rogue moments. I haven't read this one, so apologies if my reading is off. I once went to a funeral where I barely knew the person. I was only there to support a friend. Someone came up to me and asked how I knew the deceased. Oh my God, why would you call them the deceased? That's fucked.
No, that's normal.
Okay, I would just say the person that passed away. If I die and you go to my funeral, don't refer to me as the deceased, please. It sounds like a piece of dried up grey poo.
Well, that would be accurate by the sounds of what comes out of urinals.
At least it's Whole Foods. Jokes, cheese is processed. Is blue cheese processed? Ah. Anyway, instead of saying the truth, they asked how they knew the person.
Mm.
And instead of telling the truth, I panicked and said, we worked together. Then they asked what he was like at work. I proceeded to invent an entire personality, job role, fuck, that's risky, and fake work memories for a dead man I'd met once. People nodded. Someone cried. I gave a comforting speech about his work ethic, and I never told anyone, and I think about it from time to time. I would think about that until I die as well. That's a horrible... I mean, I get it. Sometimes it just slips out, and you just have to roll with it. Just like a blue cheese fart.
If you only met them once, why are you there?
They were saying they were there to support a friend.
Oh,
I
okay.
get that.
Play
I
on.
have gone to a funeral. Last year it was the first time I went to a funeral that I didn't know the person because I was supporting my friend. I get that.
Yeah, play on.
We've gathered that I'm not the best person to ask life advice from because I don't follow what I preach. You know what? I'm going to say I've actually started to. Hence I blocked the guy who patched my walls. We are now on to Mother's Knows Best. I only got one question this week. No one liked me. Everyone's on holiday mode still. Anyway, the question was, what do? I accidentally screenshot my text thread with someone and sent it back to them, but luckily I sent it back with no message included. I have done this before. And do you know what you do? You deflect. And you say, look how you were talking to me.
Say that all again. Sorry, I'll be honest. I zoned out.
So if you screenshot a message and you sent it back to that person when you meant to send it to someone else to talk shit, you can just say, look how I'm just showing you how you talk to me.
That's actually pretty clever.
I'm like,
Have you had to do that?
yeah.
Oh.
Yep, I've had to do that before. And it works.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's how I told someone that I had an STI.
Oh, because you were screenshotting to talk shit and actually sent it to the...
No, my girlfriend was like, don't worry, there's this thing called like everyone knows or something knows.
Oh, is that government thing where you send
the government website where you like send a text to someone to say like, oh, you've had a sexual partner that has an STI, like just get a general check. Anyway, so she was like, I'll text it to you and you screenshot it. And I was like, you are the fucking smartest bitch I've met. So she sent it to me and I screenshot it and sent it to him being like, did you just send me this?
And?
He said no, obviously. And he never got checked because he was like, I didn't send that to you. I don't have anything. And I was like,
Go and get checked, brother.
our genitals have definitely been intertwined. And I've got a bacterial infection that is considered an STI. So you need to go get checked, Joe. Anyway, that's the end of that.
Anything else?
Not really. I mean, you know what? I'm happy we're ending the note on STIs because I want to get Kira, the sexologist, on. So maybe instead of doing like the usual asky question for Mother's Knows Best, we'll actually do some questions for Kira. And like, you know, the stuff that we were kind of talking about when I was like, oh my God, like I just got rearranged by a guy from my past. Like obviously I'm not as active as I used to be. She was like telling me that you can get like for the BDEs, you can get like these silicone stackers. Anyway, ask away. Very interesting topic. Anywho, as Jock would say, because I'm going to be in Tamworth next week, hooroo.
Hooroo.
Thanks for listening to A Bit Rogue, where we uncover the stories of athletes, artists, and celebrities with their most rogue moments. Episodes dropping every Wednesday.